new tunnel that was just discovered, they actually discovered it before it ended up in one of the warehouses in Otay Mesa on the U.S. side. That's the other thing to understand. You know, when the tunnels come in from Mexico, they all end up in the United States somewhere, and there's an entire section of businesses there, logistics companies, that have been implicated, corrupted, many of those businesses working in either directly with the cartels or forced into working with the cartels. And so these guys they'll do whatever it takes. So some of that's coming above ground across the ports of entry. I've got some contacts that are working on some corruption stories, actually intel within the Customs and Border Protection that have reached out to me and said, we've got some information, so we're working that angle. And then some of it is going below ground. But basically, any way they can get their drugs into this country, they're going to continue to do it. And to your point, I was just out in Nogales. One of those locations I was at under Joe Biden just about a year ago, where it was just bald face, in your face. They had this massive compound set up on top of the hill. Well, apparently when President Trump got into office, he forced the Mexican military to go take that bunker out. But as of yesterday, I just was down there, flew my drone, and there's another cartel lookout manning that location. So as soon as the Mexican military leaves, the cartel takes their position back. And that's why it's so important what President Trump is talking about, sending our military into Mexico. This is the war that really matters for America. It's not going to happen, unfortunately, just by Mexican military, because so much of the Mexican government is already corrupted as well. So there are so many avenues that we have to go to secure our country, and part of that is securing Mexico, and that's a major undertaking.
Ben, just very quickly, what you're describing sounds a lot like whack-a-mole to me. You get one down and then another one pops up elsewhere.
That's exactly what it is. There are endless supply of people that are willing to take those positions. And just the final thought is, I asked one of my counterparts, media down there, Aaron Ibarra, who's going to be on our next episode of Law and Border, how do you fix this? You know, we take the heads off the cartels. He said it's only going to change when you start arresting the politicians and the law enforcement, DNA and judges, DAs and judges that go down below. They're the ones that really run the cartels now. So that just to give you an idea of how difficult this task is.